Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Vagisha Mishra and today I am going to be reacting live to Miss Universe 2020 Grand Finale. I'm so excited and I cannot believe that this day is finally here. It's 5 a.m. here in India and the sun has risen. It's very bright outside because usually we have Miss Universe in December and it's a winter kind of season, so I'm all cuddled up inside my blanket. But this time it's summer and I'm enjoying it. So without further ado, let's get started. Let the show begin and let me share my thoughts on each of these segments with all of you. So let's go ahead. Oh wow, so they have started the announcement of top 21 and USA and Indonesia have also made it. Amazing! Argentina has also made it and I had her in my bubbling up list. And she gave a good performance, so I was really wondering because her performance was very close to the Trump era. So I was wondering whether they will place her or not, but I'm glad they did. They haven't called India yet, and I'm really, anxious, and my heart is beating fast. Oh my God, they have called India! Yes!
Namaste, I'm Adeline Castillo, Miss Universe, India.
This is the second consecutive time India is facing in semis.
Which was undergoing an attack.
Oh my God, at least looks so gorgeous.
And to the city of dreams, Mumbai. I was mesmerized about how people.
Finally, India has placed. I mean, we were always worried that IMG, usually, in the IMG era, India has not performed well and we have placed.
And that's something that I resonate.
And she looks so gorgeous. I mean, wow, she's so grateful. I can see her in her eyes. Next, we have Curacao. Great. I'm so happy Curacao made it. I was a little bit worried, that Curacao will make it or not. She was fabulous. Oh wow, Puerto Rico has made it. She looks so stunning in orange and Cherry Hill. Wow. I love her hair. Paulina and Demi look so stunning. I mean, I love Demi Neil Petter's hair. She is beautiful. And I'm so happy that Myanmar has made it. I literally loved her in the prelims and I thought that she's going to place, but I was very doubtful because Asia was super strong. Now they have 7 more contestants remaining and I cannot wait to see who is going to make it to the semi-finals. So let's get started with that. And also I really love how Olivia Culpo looks. She looks stunning in red and red was her winning color, in Miss Universe. So she looks absolutely gorgeous in red. But some way, I feel that she's lost. I mean, I'm not able to connect with her. Like the interactive kind of thing which we had with Steve Harvey, that's missing here. Oh wow, Dominican Republic has also made it to the list. I'm so happy about that because Kimberly Zeminis was there in my list and she performed beautifully in the prelims. I love it. Oh great, we have Australia here. I mean, Australia would have killed it in the closed door interview, so it's pretty obvious why Australia is there. Oh lovely, we have Jamaica. Jamaica was beautiful in the evening gown round, so it's pretty obvious again why Jamaica is there, and she was there in my list as well. Lovely, we have Colombia next. I mean, Colombia was beautiful and I did observe her initially, but after the pageant kicked off, Colombia was slowly climbing up the radar of every pageant experts who are there in Miami covering the pageant. And watching her prelims performance, I can definitely say that she deserved every bit of it. Amazing! We have Mexico here. Mexico is at my number 2 in my final predictions, and I'm so happy that Andrea Meza made it. She was the runner-up in Miss World, and that's why I'm really excited to see what fate and destiny has in it for her in store. Amazing! We have Peru. Peru is so gorgeous. She looks beautiful in this Cherry Hill outfit. She looks lovely. And after a nail-biting performance in prelims, we know why Peru is here, right? Amazing! We have France. Lovely. France is so beautiful. And in these, little moments, in these in this short time, she has actually made an impact. And I'm so happy that France has made it. She was there in my list as well. So out of 14, let's check out who all have made it from my list to the grand finale. I have about 10 candidates who have made it to the top 21 of Miss Universe. They are yet to announce 7, so I'm really looking forward to that. Oh wow, we have Rabia Mateo from the Philippines. I'm so happy. Brazil has finally made it. Amazing. So I've got 12 correct till now. Brazil looks stunning. I'm really surprised by the fact that they are not playing any unique introduction clips for the contestants, but they're just playing the up close and personal video which were up there on the channel. Amazing! Great Britain has made it. Lovely. I had her in my list, you know, and many people were not convinced. She speaks so well and she was so good in the prelims. Loved it. I'm so glad that she made it. Amazing! Nicaragua has also made it. So I've got 13 corrected now. Lovely. She deserved every bit of it, and Nicaragua hasn't placed many times in this universe, so I'm really happy that they made it. Wow! Thailand has made it. Amazing! She looks so gorgeous. She has a beautiful face.
Costa Rica!
Yes, Costa Rica was gorgeous in prelims, and I'm so glad she has advanced to semifinals. Oh, she looks great here as well. She's crying. Oh my God, the last spot is left, and the winner of fan vote
is Vietnam.
Vietnam has made it. Lovely. Amazing. She looks so gorgeous in pink. Very well deserving. And as we discussed yesterday in the live, you know, that this time we are going to have a lot of heartbreaks, that who has made it to top 21 and who has not, because this batch is super competitive. So let's find out how many contestants from my final predictions have actually made it to the Miss Universe top 21. Oh my God, I cannot believe that Canada did not make it. And Chile has also not made it. So can we say that they are El Tocuyo queens now? Really surprising. I mean, we did talk about it, right? That as a Miss Universe, you have to balance your words very wisely. How you are saying things, when you are saying things, and so on. And maybe that could be the reason. Oh wow, we have Zulika Rivera here as the jury. Oh, she looks gorgeous. Beautiful. It doesn't look like she was proud years back. Okay, so coming back to the surprises, and also I was to share who all have made it from my list to the actual top 21. So let me share my favorites with all of you. They are introducing the jury panel right now. And we have 2 Miss Universe title holders here, Brooke Lee and Julika Rivera. So I'm expecting USA and Puerto Rico to place a little bit higher, maybe. Also, I just checked out that Romania from my list has also not made it, and Romania was a hot favorite by many people. So that is really surprising. And then again we have Nepal not making it, which is a surprise because Nepal did great. So as I have mentioned, you know, time and again, that it's not only how you project yourself in the prelims, because if we talk about prelims, Nepal was beautiful in it, but it's much more than that. How you are projecting your personality throughout the pre-pageant activities, and whether you're able to create an impact in the closed door interview or not, that is a decisive factor. So maybe Nepal could have faltered in the closed door interview, and that is why she did not make it. Oh my God, I'm really surprised at the fact I just noticed and realized South Africa, who was one of my top 5 favorites in my final prediction, she did not make it. This is so surprising. Like, she has a gorgeous face, she delivered in the prelims, and I think she speaks well as well. But it's really surprising for her not to make a place in the semi-finals. It's really surprising. Maybe they wanted to break the consistency of South Africa at Miss Universe. That's really surprising. I mean, it's a huge thing. Like, how can you miss South Africa in the semi-finals? It's a loss. And another surprise which I have is that despite of being a Hispo-American place in Miami, Venezuela clapped. So we can say that these all are the El Chicoyo queens because we did expect them to perform very well in the finale. And it's really surprising for them to not make it. Oh my god, so 15 of my predicted finalists have made it to the top 21 of the final lineup of Miss Universe 2020, and I'm so happy about it because this batch was so competitive that I was really nervous whether my predicted finalists will make it or not. And I'm really happy that two of my bubbling up candidates, whom I mentioned in the almost there list, like Myanmar, Argentina, Curacao, and Costa Rica, these candidates were there in my bubbling up list and they have also made it. So somewhere I could predict the final lineup of Miss Universe 2020 and I'm really happy about it. Share your thoughts in the comments, that what was your reaction after hearing the top 21 announcement, because I will be going through all the comments to know if my thoughts resonated with yours or not. Okay, let's go back to the finale and let's enjoy the show. Oh, they are back with the swimsuit round now. Looking at the performance, I can definitely say I'm going to mute my video because then I'll receive a copyright claim. Okay, so I was going to say that even the performance they are going to have at the swimsuit competition, before the swimsuit competition, it sounds very Latina, and it again gives me a sign that whether a Latina candidate would be winning the competition or not. Wow, I cannot believe that the swimsuit competition has begun and Colombia is the first one to start it. I love how sassy and fierce she looks, and I really love those gaze, those expressions she killed it on the head wrap. Amazing. Oh, lovely. Now next we have Zenik Maceta from Peru. Oh my god. Australia saved the best performance for the day when it really matters the most. I'm just looking at her beautiful abs. Wow, she looks gorgeous. And this time she has that spark in her eyes. I think she is performing really good. Lovely. Now next we have Amandine Petit from France. Oh my god, they are killing it. I love Jamaica in swimsuit, although I really liked her prelims performance even more, so I was a little bit surprised that she was not literally in that moment. That was my only concern, but she did deliver a good performance. Wow, look at Dominican Republic. She is so fit. She has that abs. Her body is so fit. And she's smiling all the way long, and still she has that fierce aura. Despite her smiling, she looks beautiful. Oh, lovely. Next we have United States of America. USA was not that much energetic in the swimsuit round of the prelims as far as I remember. And today she's killing it. Lovely. We have Ayu Maulada from Indonesia. Indonesia is so good, Wow, I really love that smile she put on in that head wrap. She's lovely. Amazing. We have Argentina. Argentina is super beautiful. She has a fit body, but I don't know, something about her performance is a little bit off. She's trained by Osmer Sousa, but still I don't feel very convinced after watching her performance. Look at the crowd. Thailand, Amanda Optim is walking down the runway and the entire crowd is going crazy as if she's performing in her home country. And here she has saved her best performance for the last. She has performed and outshined her performance in her national pageant as well as in the prelims. Love her. And lastly, we have Costa Rica. She's enjoying her moment on the stage. And there we have the last performance from the swimsuit round. We have Vietnam. Vietnam has also nailed it. So I would quickly give you my favorite performances from the swimsuit round. I really like Australia, I like Peru, Mexico was wonderful, Dominican Republic was also good. Then we have India, we have Puerto Rico, Nicaragua and Thailand. So I'll quickly make up my top 10 and finally I will share my top 10 with you, like who should advance further to top 10. Okay, so I have made a very quick top 10 based on the swimsuit competition, and I think Australia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, India, Thailand, Peru, Nicaragua, USA, Indonesia and Brazil should make it to top 10. So let's wait for the top 10 announcement and see whether now my fresh top 10 which I made, whether they are going to advance further or not. Oh, now they are back with the show. And I have to acknowledge this fact that Demi and Olivia Culpo, they look breathtakingly gorgeous. I gasped in awe. They look so gorgeous. Oh my god, they're going to announce the top 10. Jamaica has advanced. Lovely. She'll kill it in EG, and that's why I can see a clear top 5 for her if she makes it great in evening gown round.
Our second spot goes to Dominican Republic.
Wow, I really did not expect Dominican Republic to place in top 10. But she made it, Puerto Rico made it, India made it, Thailand made it, Peru made it, USA has not made it, Nicaragua has not made it, Indonesia did not make it, and we have Brazil. So 7 out of my 10 favorites from this swimsuit competition, they have made it to the actual top 10, and I'm so happy about it. Let me share my pre-finale top 10 with you. I had Puerto Rico, Mexico, India, Thailand. South Africa has not made it in top 21, so she's not there. We have Brazil, Australia, Romania has also not made it, Philippines has not made it, and Indonesia. So I think definitely many things change after you watch the finale. Finale is very different to watch what you watch on the prelims, and because closed door interview also has a lot of weightage, that's why we can surely say that the list gets very much shuffled when you watch the finale. Now they're showing Canada's clip at the pageant. It's really, insane that Canada has not placed and they are using her clips all over in the YouTube channel. Even in the finale, they are just highlighting her. It's really ironic, Okay, so I'm very happy and satisfied with the top 10 we have here. I think none of the top 10 candidate is very undeservingly there. Although I'm a little surprised at Costa Rica, but I think Costa Rica enjoyed her moment in the swimsuit competition, and that's why she's there. Oh my god! They are highlighting the national costume round, and Myanmar is highlighted. She wore a beautiful costume. And when I watched it in the prelims, I could not actually enjoy the costume, the details, everything. So it's really good. Oh, they're also showing the national costumes of Demi, Chesley and Paulina when they competed at Miss Universe. This is so nostalgic. The show was great, but I hope that the host could have done a better job, because I really miss Steve Harvey. He would have interacted with the audience so well. I mean, we literally enjoyed whenever he spoke something witty during the show, which is missing here probably. I really like Chesley here, but I think in terms of styling, all the hosts are great. But when it comes to the connection building, I'm not finding that spunk with the audience, the connection with the audience which they are reflecting. Okay, now they're also showcasing certain sponsor shows and behind the scenes video. I really don't know why they're taking so long to announce the further contest, like the evening gown competition. They have already announced the top 10. But why are they not starting with the evening gown round? That is my only concern, because it's been a while and they have been just showing numerous clips from behind the scenes shoots and also certain clips from different candidates, but they're not showing anything much more than that. So, we all get glued up to the pageant like Miss Universe, and we don't want to see commercials and all these clips a lot, taking a lot of spaces. So we really want to see the show, because Miss Universe pageant is already known as the show which has different rounds and which has many exciting segments and parts. So I'm waiting to have a look at that, and I cannot wait for the evening gown competition also, because I want to know whether the candidates have changed their gowns from the prelims or not, and what is the design of the gown and how did they walk and perform during the gown. Because if I remember Miss Universe 2019, Mexico was stunning. She was one of my favorites from the entire evening gown round, and also Puerto Rico, she was also beautiful. And this time again we have Mexico and Puerto Rico who are killing it at the competition. So I'm really looking forward to their participation in the competition and to see what kind of gowns they are wearing and how they are walking down the runway in their beautiful evening gowns. Oh my god, now they are back with the evening gown competition. I had been waiting for this since so long, and Jamaica is the first one to start this competition. Wow, I really like Zamika. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, but she has changed her gown from the prelims in the finale. Yes, decent performance, I would say. Wow, Dominican Republic, you were underestimated by the pageant community. She killed it, guys. She killed it. I don't know whether she'll advance further to top 5 or not, because top 5 is again based on so many things. It's not only the evening gown round which you see. So, why I didn't place her in my top 5? Because throughout the competition I had been observing her. So, I really was thinking that whether Peru could make it to top 5 or not. But I'm so glad the performance she has given, I'm definitely sure that she'll make it to top 5. Australia, lovely. She has changed her gown and I'm so much in love with this beautiful gown. She's amazing. I really love the color on her. And oh, that turn in the head wrap. Wow, what was that? Amazing. Really like that. Wow, now next we have Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has changed her gown and I expected this. And this gown is so unique and beautiful. I really have used the jewels and they've studded it on the upper part of the gown, and the lower part is also very unique and different, and definitely Puerto Rico is killing it with her expressions, her walk and grace. She's so beautiful. Amazing! Look at Amanda Ogden from Thailand. I feel that she's wearing the blue version of the red gown which she wore in her national pageant. And I think that she has done a commendable job. Although I feel that she's walking a little bit slow, but then again, if you watch her overall presence, she is beautiful. Lovely, we have Costa Rica wearing red gown. And until and unless you see a red gown at Miss Universe, the competition is never completed, Lovely, we have Mexico now. And she's also wearing the red gown, and just like her predecessor, Sofia Aragon, she has killed it in the evening gown competition. She's so fit, she's smiling all the way along. I like her performance. And last but not the least, we have Brazil, Zulia Gama. She looks amazing today, And after looking at her, I instantly got reminded of Zulia Gama of Miss World 2013. So she is looking so much wonderful today. I really love her styling and I'm glad she did not put the styling on throughout the pageant day, so she looks different on the finale day. So based on the evening gown, I think I would say that Thailand can make it. Then we can have Australia, Mexico or Dominican Republic. I'm very confused between these three. But apart from these two women, I think Puerto Rico, India and Peru must definitely make it to top 5. And I must say that this particular edition of Miss Universe, it's a bloodbath. Like who is going to advance further? It's a bloodbath to decide who shall be advancing further to top 5. I mean, I'm really nervous right now. Tell me your reaction. What was your reaction? Because when I will upload this on YouTube, the results would have already gone out. So do share your reaction when the evening gown competition was going on, and what was your reaction when the top 5 was announced. Now let's wait very desperately for the top 5, and let's hope that all the deserving candidates make it to top 5. Oh my god, they're announcing the top 5 and can you believe it? Brazil made it. Oh my god, we have Dominican Republic making it to top 5. Wow, she performed so well, but I really did not expect Dominican Republic in top 5. She's such a beautiful surprise. Oh my god, India has finally made it. I get shivers, chills and goosebumps, guys, when oh my god, after Selena Jaitley, Adeline Castellano is the one taking India to top 5. Such a proud moment for India. Wow. I'm so happy. Wow. Oh wow, Mexico has made it. Yes, I'm so happy. In my heart, I'm still thinking about India, And Mexico has also made it. I feel so happy. Wow. After Miss World, Mexico is finally again in top 5 and she's giving answers to everybody who questioned her performance at Miss Universe, saying that she's not good for Miss Universe. She's right there, proving it all. And then we have the last spot left. What? Wow, Brazil has made it to top top 5. Another Miss World crossover. So we have 2 Miss World crossovers in top 5. Brazil and Mexico, both of them they represented at Miss World pageant. Mexico represented in 2017 and Brazil was there probably in 2013. So I'm so happy that they have finally got what they deserve. And are you kidding me? Is Puerto Rico left out? This is such a huge shock. It's really a huge shock. In place of Dominican Republic, I was expecting Puerto Rico to make it. But since Dominican Republic has earned her spot, she definitely deserves it all. Lovely. Oh no. Now next we have Peru. Amazing. We have Peru here. Okay guys, so we are finally done with top 5 and very soon we are going to have the question and answer, the final question and answer, and then we'll have a new Miss Universe 2020 to be crowned. I cannot believe this is happening. Peru's styling was so good that she made it. She made it. Lovely. So we are done guys. Now I think before the question and answer round, I have my few favorites. I think the crown might be between India, Mexico or Peru. Since a Latina is preferably going to win, that is something which we have heard the rumors at Miss Universe pageant. We don't know what's going to happen. But then again, India, wow, you did it girl. You took us to top 5 after 19 long years, if I'm not wrong, because my mathematics is really poor. I cannot calculate well. So, calculated by the time when Salena Jaitley represented India at Miss Universe, this is the first time we are making it to top 5 after that. Oh my god. And especially after Miss Diva organization has been founded. She is the first representative to make it to top 5. I think the reason why Puerto Rico did not make it to top 5, I feel because she's 29 years old and that might have hampered her chances, because definitely they will not want somebody very old to be the reigning queen, because by the time when she will be reigning as Miss Universe, she would be 30 years old. So that would be really surprising. Oh, now the show is back and Olivia Culpo, you are so gorgeous. I love the gown she's wearing. How she's changing the gowns throughout, first red, then black, and then this blush pink color. It's so beautiful. I love her. Okay, let's watch the show and let's hope for the great question and answer round. Oh my god, so now they are done with the top 5 question and answer round. I did not record my reaction to it because I was busy noting down what I felt about each and every contestant when they were answering their question. So Mexico was the first one to step forward and she was asked a question by the former Miss Universe Brooke Lee. And the way she started the question and answer round by addressing the crowd in Spanish, that was really a smart move, because we know that Telemundo is televising the entire show. So that was really a smart move, and she was asked about being the leader of country, how she would handle the situation. So I think she gave a good answer. She was good enough to at least get top 3 placement, and I do see her holding hands with India. Now India was the next one, and I think she was very wise, and at the same time she balanced her emotions as well as her practical mindset very beautifully. I really like the line when she said that it's very important to maintain a balance between the health of the people and also the economy of the country, and the government should actually take everything into consideration to decide what is best for the country. I could see the conviction, the dedication in her eyes, and I have to say that she did a fabulous job. She was commendable in the final question and answer round, and I think nobody could have performed better than Adeline did at the top 5 question and answer round. I mean, she was beautiful in the final question and answer round. Now next up we had Brazil. I really like Brazil also because Brazil was very natural, she was very spontaneous, and I could see that she was now actually living the moment, which was very important for her. And as I've said, that since she has a former pageant experience, I have always been a little bit skeptical to think that whether she's being a little bit pageant patty or not, but trust me, she did a very good job today when she answered the question. Now Dominican Republic also was quite good in the final question and answer round, but I was not very much convinced with her answer.
Finally, I think Peru was also very good in the question and answer round. She was very empowering how she used her voice and how she was killing it with her words and her opinions. The one thing which I did not really appreciate was the body language, but I don't know whether the jury liked her overall presence or not, so we shall see who's going to make it further. And I think this time they're not going to have a top 3. So based on the question and answer round, I think it's between India and Peru and Brazil. These are my top 3. But if you talk about Mexico, I mean, you cannot ignore the overall presence of Mexico as well. And you can definitely feel the power which Mexico has. So it's going to be a bloodbath battle, it's very nail biting. So I'm very confused who's going to win right now, because each of the answer, when I hear them speaking, there is certain amount of spontaneity, emotion, and that connection with the audience, which I found missing in the previous editions of Miss Universe. So again, I'm very confused, like who should be winning. So I think it should be, Brazil, Mexico, India, and then how can you leave Peru as well? So let's leave it to the judges, let's leave it to the jury and see who is going to get crowned today. And also I feel that the final predictions which I made, so Puerto Rico is out, so Mexico is number 2 there, India is number 3 there, and let's see who all have made it from my top 5 to the final lineup of top 5. Thailand is left out, South Africa is left out, Brazil was at number 6 and she has made it there. And if you can see that, at number 8 I had Dominican Republic, then I striked it out and I put Romania here. And I really regret doing that. And at number 9 I had Peru here, and then I striked her out and I put Philippines here. So I really regret some of the choices which I made during the final predictions. Okay, now the show is back. I think they're going to have the final statement probably, or the final walk, and let's see who's going to win tonight. So now I just want to relax and watch the show, because now the competition is so tough. I really cannot decide who's going to win between Mexico, India, Brazil and Peru. They all are so good. Oh my god, I'm so nervous right now, after I watched the final statement of all the top 5 finalists. They were all so good, but I think the picture is now a little bit more clearer. I would say that Mexico is the top choice for winning the Miss Universe crown right now, because she handled it very smartly. She spoke in Spanish, and we know that she knows how to speak in English. But choosing to speak in Spanish when Telemundo is the official sponsor, this is a great thing. She talked about the changing beauty standards, and she talked how it's very important to conduct ourselves, and you should never forget to tell yourself again and again that you are very precious, you're valuable. I really liked her presence, her on-stage presence, and how she handled her words and her body language and her posture throughout. It was beautiful. Next we had India, and she was asked about protest. Now I'm very sure that Adeline had many thoughts and her many opinion in her mind going on, and there are many protests in India which are going on, and she did spoke about it. But because of the fact that many people in India, they criticized her that she's going anti-national, she's going anti-government, and that's why I feel that she was a little bit guarded when it came to share her opinions on the protest. So she could not actually speak what she was really feeling. So I could sense that sense of discomfort and nervousness in her voice. But nonetheless, if we focus only on her thoughts and her opinion, I think she did a great job, at least to be in the top 2 or top 3 position. Next we had Brazil. Brazil talked about mental health. Although I did not really like the content of her speech, but how she delivered her answer, that was really empowering. I like the powerful voice which she has, and she makes sure that she is making everybody in the audience listen to her. DR, Dominican Republic, used an interpreter in the final statement, and I have to say that whenever you're using an interpreter, it's a very smart choice, because you get to think for some milliseconds extra in your mind. But I was not very much convinced with her answer, and at last we had Peru, who was talking about climate change, and Peru was also quite good in the final statement, and she spoke very well. I like the content of her speech, and she was very good in terms of posture. I remember how the entire crowd was cheering very loud for Peru after she finished answering that question. So based on the final statement and final question and answer round, I think it's going to be between Mexico, India and Brazil and Peru. I mean, I'm still very confused between these 4. So only Dominican Republic is left behind. But I think the crown is of Mexico this time. That's what I feel as of now. My gut feeling says that it's between India and Mexico, because Brazil is good, but I'm still not feeling it, but anything can happen. It's IMG, so it's unpredictable. You cannot predict it completely. So I think Mexico, Brazil or India would make a great Miss Universe. And since Peru is also very good, we can expect Peru also to surprise us in the final announcement. Now they are going to have a performance by Luis Fonsi, and then they will have the final look, and soon the winners shall be announced. So I cannot wait for the final look. So I'll be sharing my thoughts with you. Wow, the final look is so good. I'm so emotional that this competition is going to end very soon. And I think that this final look is also scored, so based on that I think Peru killed it, and then we have India and Mexico also doing great. So I think now I feel that I can give my fearless top 3, so it might be Peru, India and Mexico. Brazil is also good, but then again I'm not feeling that spontaneity. That could be my opinion only, but I feel that the crown is between Peru, India and Mexico. So I do see India and Mexico holding hands with each other, just like it happened in 2017 when Manushi was with Andrea Meza in top 2 of Miss World. So it might be possible. So let's wait for the announcement now. Oh my God, Susie Winnie is taking her final walk and she's wearing a traditional South African dress. Wow, I really love her. How she is wearing that tribal, wardrobe with all pride. This is such an emotional moment. Every time I see the farewell walk of any queen, it really, I just get very emotional. And Zosie Winnie, wow, hats off to you for that beautiful outfit, which you choose to showcase the culture of your country. Really amazing. And now they are announcing the results, the 4th runner-up.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic is the 4th runner-up. I think she was not the best among all of the top 5, so yes, she's there. And then we have 3rd runner-up. My heart is beating so fast.
The 3rd runner-up is India.
Oh no! But still, so proud of you, Adeline. So proud of you. You made all of us so proud. India is winning runner-up title. At least that is a huge thing. So it's between Mexico, Peru and
The second
Brazil.
runner-up for Miss Universe is Peru.
Oh my God, Mexico is winning it. Peru is 2nd runner-up. So Brazil and Mexico are the last 2 women holding hands with each other. Definitely I feel that Mexico is going to win it. Telemundo is there. I've been repeating it since day 1,
To our final 2 ladies. Please
This
make
is
your
so
way to center
exciting.
stage.
Oh my God. If Andrea Meza wins, she's going to repeat the Catriona Gray feat. And the best fact is that both of them are the crossovers from Miss World. So any of them who goes on to win, they're not holding hands, okay? They're
The
distant.
69th.
This looks so awkward. This is the first time it's happening.
Competition is Viva Mexico!
Oh my God! My heart is beating so fast. Mexico has won. She looks so stunning. Oh my God, after getting 1st runner-up at Miss World, here we have Mexico wearing the Miss Universe crown. This crowning moment looks so emotional. Wow, Zosie Winnie is crowning her.
Congratulations to Andrea Meza. Take your first walk as Miss Universe.
Wow. Whenever I hear the statement, take your first walk as Miss Universe, this really gives me goosebumps. She looks very beautiful, and for a moment I thought that Mexico has had a stunning streak at Miss Universe. They have won many runner-up titles, they perform exceptionally well, they have maintained the momentum. And she's wearing a red gown, which is a beautiful color, So she definitely reminds me of Catriona Gray, who was also wearing a red gown, Miss World crossover. The crowd is cheering for her. They are hugging each other. Wow, lovely. It's funny, because they did not allow them to hold hands and then everybody is coming together in a crowd. That's really strange. Wow. Imagine if the pandemic would not have been there, how grand it would have looked. Wow, the crowd is really happy for Mexico. They're dancing and cheering for her. This is such a beautiful moment. After every crowning moment, you see that sisterhood really comes up in the picture. So happy. Okay, so the show has finally ended. We have the audience cheering and holding their flags high of Mexico. Such an emotional moment. So this was it, guys. This was my reaction to Miss Universe 2020 grand finale. Do share me what did you think about the grand finale when you watched it live, and I'll be very happy to go through your comments and know what you had in your mind while you were watching this. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon with many more videos now, and thank you for always tuning into my Miss Universe series videos. It was really great to share my opinion and thoughts on each of the events for Miss Universe. So thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.